Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with my Do You Remember series. I have done one episode. I said I might do it like once or twice per month, but I think in the past 10 years or whatever, how long have I been? Oh, 12 years on YouTube. Soon. I think I have done some videos like this, but anyway, we're back to it. What I do is I just come up with things from my childhood that I think you probably won't remember, but it's also interesting to see that others do remember because it like validates that I wasn't the only one who watched these silly things. And it's fun for me to look up the stuff and learn more about it. I watched TV a lot as a child. I especially watched on weekends, and even though there was no cable or anything, I was able to get cartoons, of course, especially on Saturdays, and old movies. And I loved old movies. And my parents were 37. My mother was 37 and my father was 44 when I was born. So I got to learn a lot about the old-time actors, actresses, musicians, especially the country musicians. And I just, it was a nice part of my life that I liked watching movies and TV, especially with my mother. That's one thing that we did get along and agree on was watching movies and sitting and crocheting. So, it gives me good memories of that. And both my parents had a really good sense of humor, especially my father, but my mother too. And so it was fun watching things together. I'm going to start with one that I will be blown away if anybody remembers it. I didn't think it lasted long, and no, it didn't, but actually a full season of 26 episodes. Back then there was a lot of episodes for a season of a TV show, and I do think I talked about it in a video maybe years ago here on this channel. It's About Time is the name, and the song stays in my head. It's about time, it's about space, it's about people in a crazy place. Now, that might not be the actual words, but that's what I sing. And I loved the show, and now I know why. It reminded me of my memory card ran out. Okay, so It's About Time, and it reminded me very much of like Gilligan's Island, which I loved. Do you know that my granddaughter has never heard of Gilligan's Island? None of her friends have either. And that's bizarre to me. So, so let me tell you a little bit about It's About Time. Now I really need to hear the song to see if I got it right. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Okay, so I was a little off. I see just the lyrics. It's about time, it's about space, and I think I said it's about people in a crazy place. But it's about time, it's about space, about cave people in the strangest place. So it's a 1966 sci-fi sitcom, It's About Time, created by Sherwood Schwartz. That's the Gilligan's Island guy. So that's why it had that same vibe. Two astronauts traveling faster than the speed of light and get stuck in the Stone Age. And it ran from September 11, 66 to April 2, 67. And I didn't know any of the actors. I just remembered somebody was very funny, and it must be Imogene Coca. She was one of the cave women, I guess. Does anybody remember that? Have you ever seen that? Did you just now remember maybe, or did you know before I'm talking about it? Did you ever think back and say, oh yeah, I remember that show, It's About Time? I've been thinking about it forever. Okay, let's move on to Abbott and Costello. Now, I know most all of you are going to remember Abbott and Costello, but I remembered, and I used to watch that like Saturday, Sunday mornings. I used to be able to watch that. Now, they are from the 1940s, and I remembered the one movie, well, I didn't remember a lot of them, but one that stuck in my head that I loved so much and would watch it over and over and over again was about like a ghost in a haunted mansion. I used to like those kinds. And so I'm sure it was this one called Hold That Ghost, because it talks about a floating candle or something else, a dinner tray. And I remember that. So I used to love Abbott and Costello, and I'm sure a lot of you watched a lot of Abbott and Costello. But you can let me know if you didn't ever, because maybe you're only 40. I don't know if 40-year-olds would know Abbott and Costello. Oh, and there was a cartoon, too. Hey, Abbott! I used to watch that. Joe must be wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. So, yes, I remember the cartoon. Let me look up and see when the cartoon was. Hang on. Oh, that cartoon was early. I thought it might have been when I was a teenager. No, and yes, I have no lens there because I only need this one. Dollar Tree Specials. Pop one out. September 9, 1967 to June 1, 1968. So that wasn't, on for very long, that cartoon. Okay, next one. Francis the Talking Mule. Does anybody remember that? And it was a dancer. Jeez, I know his name. We'll look it up to see when that was. But Donald O'Connor, he was a dancer, tap dancer. My parents loved the tap dancers back in the day. They don't have tap dancers anymore like there was then. So it was Donald O'Connor and a talking mule. His name was Francis. Okay, let me look it up. Francis the Talking Mule was a fictional character. I'm glad about... Speaking of talking mules, though, and I don't have that on the list, but the horse. A horse is a horse, of course. Famous Mr. Ed, or the talking Mr. Ed. Anyway, Mr. Ed, that was a talking horse. I watched that show all the time. Not going to look it up because it's not on my list. The films were released between 1950 and 1956. And yeah, Donald O'Connor was a soldier and had a talking mule. Let me see, movies and cast. Yep, Donald O'Connor. I was like, what if I'm wrong about that? Nope. 6 of the 7 films starred Donald O'Connor. Francis in the Haunted House. I hope I saw that episode because I liked stuff like that. I liked that. Oh, I think that was a Mickey Rooney one. He must have been the other one. And then Donald O'Connor did the others. So Francis the Talking Mule. Have you ever watched that? Let me cross these off. I only have 5. Okay, this one, I haven't looked it up. I want to make sure I'm even right. I'm thinking the show was called Girl Talk. I might be wrong. It was like, a talk show with a woman host. And I believe the woman was called Virginia Graham. Let me look. I was spot on. And I remember her look so well. You can look her up, Virginia Graham. Okay, I was on Wikipedia for Virginia Graham, but I wanted specifically to know a little bit about Girl Talk. And when that was, stars Virginia Graham, Joan Crawford, Dodie Goodman. I remember Dodie Goodman. And I just want to see like when this ran. And she had, other guests and people, top cast, Joan Crawford, Gloria Swanson, Charlotte Rae, Agnes Moorehead, all kinds of people, Joan Rivers, Ava Gabor. Okay, how long did that run? 186 episodes. Okay, it says Virginia Graham hosted the hit daytime syndicated talk show Girl Talk from 1963 to 1969. I'm 65, almost 66. I was born August 1960, in case you want to compare our memories. Often broadcast on ABC for a total of 7 years, and she served as the host and ringmaster for the first 6. I just remember watching that a lot at my grandmother's house, who lived across the street. I don't know if she just watched it, but I remember her TV, watching it on her TV. I don't know if I remember watching it at my house. But I remember watching it often. I have a very vivid memory of the setup of the show and all that stuff. Okay, last but not least, this was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I haven't watched it in years, and I need to. I would like to remember, why did I like it so much as a kid? The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. with Don Knotts. I loved Don Knotts. But The Ghost and Mr. Chicken, I just loved that movie. I loved haunted house things. The Ghost and Mr. Chicken came out 1966. Comedy horror. And it was 1 hour and 30 minutes. I have to go find that on, one of the channels. I don't have paid channels. Joe has Netflix, but I don't, because I don't watch enough TV anymore. And I can see the cast here. I know a lot of those actors. Anyway, I just really liked that. And then when I was thinking about that one, I remember two others that I loved with Don Knotts. One was The Reluctant Astronaut. I believe that's the name. I didn't look it up. Let me look, and I'll tell you the year. He just accidentally goes into space. I mean, I don't really remember too much about it. I just know that I thought it was hilarious. It was 1967. See, these are all like movies that, I was 6, 7, 8. I just loved it. 1 hour, 45 minutes. Yep, The Reluctant Astronaut. Okay, and then there's one more, and I just remember it's a animated movie, and something about limpet. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. He was a fish. I think he wore his glasses under the water, but he was a fish. Okay, Don Knotts Fish movie. The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Yes, and he's a fish with glasses on. I want to see that too. All right, I got some things I got to watch. And I think Joe would like these movies. Did I say the year? 1964. Oh, I must have seen it later on repeats. Unless my parents took me to the movies. But I remember that I've seen it a bunch of times too. Okay, you guys, that's it. I hope I didn't bore you to tears. Let me know which of these you've seen and all that stuff. And I will do some more. I probably will do some more about movies because I just have a lot of memories of movies or TV shows, old songs, stuff like that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.